Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Saturday, July 13th, 2019, there was a power outage in New York City that became national news. What a lot of people might not have realized is that this was on the 42-year anniversary of the NYC blackout of 1977, which lasted July 13th into July 14th. So 42 years later. Again, if you know the code of Gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words, you can see through the rituals that are performed on us as a people. And New York City is no stranger to rituals being performed against them. September 11th was one of these rituals, one of many. So was December 27th, 2018, when the sky lit up blue. And the ritual between that date and this date have a familiar pattern. So notice the first one of these incidents happened in 77. Power equals 77. In light of this coming on the 42-year anniversary, notice what was reported. They said this affected the areas between 71st Street and 42nd Street. NYC, the abbreviation for New York City with the alphabetic order, sums to 42. N's the 14th letter, Y's the 25th, C's the 3rd. You're just adding 14 plus 25 plus 3. If you run the alphabetic order in reverse, making Z1 counting back to A is 26, NYC equals 39. And notice the date this happened, July 13th, 19, was a date with 39 numerology. NY equals 39 with the alphabetic order. New York with the alphabetic order and rules numerology is 39. It's the Empire State. Empire is 39. New York, comma, NY when you run the alphabetic order in reverse with the rules and numerology is 39. And a whole lot more. There's a long list of 39 in New York. It's the New York number. The United Nations in New York isn't 39 floors tall by accident. Now, the last power incident in New York that made national news was December 27th. That's when the sky lit up blue. I'm sure you remember that story, especially if you live in New York. December 27th, 12 plus 27, 39. The word electric is 39. They blame the blue sky on the explosion of a transformer. As we talked about then, that was also a date with 57 numerology. They blame that blue sky on a transformer explosion. Transformers 57. And notice electricity is also 57. Look at the overlap between New York City and electricity. The four ciphers, the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology, the reverse alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. Electricity, New York City, both 129. Electricity, New York City, both 57. New York City, electricity, both 168. Big overlap. And again, they do these rituals for a reason. So there's something else that I think is going on here, which I'm going to talk about on the Patreon page today. But people need to wake up, you know. So many people just think everything's a coincidence. And this is what I've talked about for years. They purposefully program society to believe in coincidence. So that so many people, when they come across this, they'll go, oh, it's just a coincidence. That's just a coincidence that it's a blackout 42 years to the day. Oh, those letters and numbers adding up, that's just a coincidence. You know? Oh, Tyler Skaggs dying, and then in the tribute game to him, you know, the first thing happening in the state of California since the day he was born, that's a coincidence. You know, day after day. 9/11, all the military couldn't respond supposedly because they were off practicing drills. You know, 1 in a billion odds, just a coincidence. The Pentagon hit on the same day construction started on the Pentagon in history, September 11th, 1941. That's just a coincidence. Coming back to 77. You know, Flight 77 hits the 77-foot tall Pentagon on the 77th meridian 77 minutes after taking off. And people say, oh, that's just a coincidence. And then you show them how in this code, when you write out September 11th, it equals 77 in the most pure cipher. And people say, oh, that's just a coincidence. And you show them how when you write out World Trade Center, it equals 77. And they think that's just a coincidence. And the United States is 77. You know, And this is how it's done. This is why they do this to us. They got to condition the program minds. Coincidence, coincidence, coincidence. Till next time, Truth Seeker.